Hello, I'm Lizard Wizard, the Wizard Lizard, and this is my third devlog for my indie game H347, aka Heat. H347 is a stealth action cyberpunk hacker sim that I'm hoping to release commercially within a year. The development process is going to shift gears a little bit because we have a lot of work to do, and so I'll get straight to the point with these devlogs if I can. That means no funny business. We have a pretty immediate goal right now, which I am calling the road to playtesting. Our goal for now is to build an MVP. That means minimum viable product, with approximately 5 levels to hand over to playtesters. We want as much feedback as possible. This will let us iterate on the design and make the game as fun and intuitive as possible. So here's the last week or so of progress as the game really starts to come together with some necessary features. This week's main goal was to set up the basic AI for enemy patrols. We're off to a great start, as you can see. Sometimes I get my axes mixed up. But eventually we got a stationary turn.
Hello.
Trying to set up line of sight now. Oh, they're leaving for some reason. Alright, the raycast is pointing at the player now. There's a small collider just behind the raycast so that they don't see behind themselves, and the player is able to hide behind walls. The color changes when the player is within line of sight.
I see you.
Now we need the patrol to chase the player and just flying through walls. Or getting stuck out of bounds. I have no idea what's causing this, so I'll just mess with random settings until something happens. So that actually worked. I don't know what I did. Moving on. I set their target location to the raycast target location, but I stop updating the target when the player leaves line of sight, so they will go to the last place that they saw the player. As you can see, there are some issues. The little target indicator should be on the player, but it's not. I'll pretend that this didn't take me several hours to fix. We just simply set the target to the player's location, bypassing the raycast, and now we have a chase. I also figured out that the navigation agent has a built-in debug mode, letting you see the intended path now. Now we have a transition state where they look around for a second before returning to their designated patrol. So check and check. Just need to add a basic attack. Looks good. No game over state, and the animations are placeholders, but you can see the connection bar going down. And check. Okay, so I somehow failed to get video of this, but everything pretty much stopped working right after this. So we'll just add some extra tasks here, and uncheck. I'll just talk over this time lapse because, again, not a lot of video for this part. Long story short, my state machine was way too complex. I thought I was being clever by building a multi-state machine. Current states were stored in an array with methods to add or remove them, or to remove all states for a clean slate. I would not recommend doing this. It was way too complex to manage all the states. All of my issues went away when I converted back to a normal state machine, one state at a time. Any shared behavior between states was just taken out and put into a component that each state could tap into as needed. I took the time when I was fixing the state machines to make a debug camera mode. Just lets me drag the camera around and zoom in and out. Everything works great now, mostly. I adjusted the nav mesh parameters a little bit to make them less likely to get stuck on corners. Sometimes they are pretty dumb still. I have an idea for how to fix this, but for now it stays. They patrol, they chase, they have a brief moment of confusion when you lose them. It's looking really good. That's gonna be it for this devlog. I took a brief break for Thanksgiving week, otherwise I would have done a bit more. Plus, breaks are important. Remember to take breaks, friends. Burnout is very real. The time has come to put the hammer down and get this thing to a playable state. For that reason, I've made a roadmap to get us there. I'll share that with you in a second, but first, thank you for watching. Remember to always be kind and keep moving forward.